10 years ago, I used to be better looking than 85% of people in life, in the face. But in the last 10 years, I don't know what's happened. I'm not up there anymore. So
gotten significantly more ugly.
It's not that. I think all of the good looks went from my face into my voice. That's why my voice now sounds like silk.
This man and his voice today. He's on one today.
Listen. Clearly you just have a voice.
Did you just say your good looks went from your face to your voice?
That's right.
I think that needs to be acknowledged. Can you imagine?
He's taking it there, you know. He's on it. My voice.
Listen, today.
So whenever you see Simple, just close your eyes. Don't look at him.
I don't know.
He's like Medusa.
Turn off the lights.
Light a candle. I don't know.
Turn it off.
Yo. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents, and other small insects. Welcome to Eloquently Saying Nothing. This is episode number 8 of season 2. Thank you for joining us. I'm the effervescent and luxurious Stavros boss. And to my left, I have Simple Simon.
I don't know why he came on there talking about effervescence and luxuriousness. You can hear in the voice that the quality is up there. This guy that they call Stavros does not sound like Simple Simon. What's happening, people?
To his left, we have Wahala.
Yeah, what's good? This Simple Simon that sounds so good, looks so low on the mic.
It's not the volume, it's the quality.
Whatever, brother.
It's because he's doing sexy talk.
He's trying to do sex.
Yes!
We told him don't whisper last week, he still go back to whispering again.
To Wahala's left, we have Mr. Wolf, aka Yemi.
Yes. I am more than happy to be here. And episode number 8. And we got a lot going on this week, boy. Trust me.
And to his left, we have Webslinger.
Don't stop to ask, 'cause now you found a break to make it last. You got to find a way, say what you want to say. Break out.
There was a game breakout.
Right.
Every time I played
episode 8 is gonna be great.
Yeah. I forgot, man. I hadn't even said hello. I was too busy.
Kind of people, what's your boy Webs?
One of us has to sing, like.
Yeah, why not?
Then we could start off them questions. Like.
They love it. All right, then.
Hold up.
That will lead straight onto something that Wahala wanted to ask about boy band business. So bring it on. You can mention.
I can't remember what the question was. Gone.
All right. If ESN guys, the 5 of us, were a boy band,
that's it.
Who would be the lead singer and who would be the first to go solo?
Standardly, your boy Webbs will be the lead singer and first to go solo, because I can't stand you blacks. I'll be the Robbie Williams in this.
The reason why I brought this up is because I watched that New Edition New Edition show, story. And I saw Bobby actually wasn't the main singer, because Ralph was the main singer, innit?
Yes.
But Bobby was the first to go solo. But the reason why he went solo is because he was so unruly and they kicked him out. So that's why he had to be solo.
Unruly.
But I think, personally, if we was a boy band, I think that, I don't know how we're going to do this, but it might be Mr. Wolf that might be the lead singer, you know.
That's funny.
Even though he can't sing in any way, shape or form. Just because.
I can hold on out, bro.
Would he be the one
that
girls would flock to?
Yeah, he's the one that's the sweet boy, innit? He's the one that doesn't, he just licks his lip all the time.
You got it wrong.
The underdog.
Yeah, the underdog. That's right.
Under the dog.
And that's right. And because
Don't count me
I'm
out.
the underdog, that's why you would think that I'm the lead singer. I would be actually the one behind the scenes leading this thing, making the production and doing all of that stuff. You understand?
All right.
I'm the kind that likes to be more in the background. These guys think I like to be in the forefront, but it's far from.
No, I never said that you want to be in the forefront.
You just said that I want to be the lead. That I would be the lead singer.
I didn't say that you would want to. I said that's who you would be.
Well,
usually these
the
things,
perception is wrong.
Usually the shortest one is the lead singer, innit?
Wow.
Usually in these things,
He's got a lot to prove.
it's not actually the band that decides what happens, isn't it? It's one manager or somebody plucks them and puts them together and decides who's who and what's what.
Who's the most marketable person?
Yeah, so
and all that kind
if
of
they
stuff.
decide that they want the sweet, sexy, short one to be in the front, then they might pick Mr. Wolf.
I think that Simple will be like, is it Devontae Swing? The one that don't say nothing but all the girls used to like. Devontae Swing. Is that the one? Is that the one? I'm not a big Jodeci fan. Is that the one?
Devontae. Yeah, I think it was Devontae.
Which one's Mr. Dalvin? Mr. Dalvin was the which
Mr.
one?
Dalvin was the producer, so yeah, it was Devontae.
Yeah, it was Devontae. So Simple would be like Devontae.
Yeah, Mr. Dalvin wasn't the producer. Devontae.
Devontae was. So is that which one was the light skinned one?
The light skinned one.
Which was what? Who?
Devontae Swing.
Okay, so I think it would be Devontae.
If I'm being honest with you, if it was 10 years ago, I probably agree with what you're saying. But now, 10 years ago, I used to be better looking than 85% of people in life, in the face. But in the last 10 years, I don't know what's happened. I'm not up there anymore. So
Gotten significantly more ugly.
it's not that. I think all of the good looks went from my face into my voice. That's why my voice now sounds like silk.
This man is his voice today. He's on one today.
Listen,
So clearly you just have a voice
Did you
for
just
radio.
say your good looks went from your face to your voice?
That's right.
I think that needs to be acknowledged. Can you imagine?
He's taking it there, you know. He's on it. Look at my voice.
Listen, today-
my voice.
So
Today-
whenever you see Simple, just close your eyes. Don't look at him.
I don't know.
He's
what,
like Medusa.
Turn off the lights, light a candle.
I don't know.
Turn it off!
I don't know what happened today, but my mic sound nice. Yeah.
On a level though, who do you think would be
Stavros
the lead
is the
singer?
lead singer.
Oh, whatever,
and
man.
Wahala's the first to go solo.
I'm blatantly the first to go solo.
Here we go.
Let's be real though, innit?
He was waiting for that bit.
Yeah, but you know I'm the first to go solo, innit? Let's be real.
Start a rap career instead of singing.
I don't even think I think I'll be able to. I'll be like Missy, innit? I'm fat like that, so I'll be singing, rapping, dancing, doing the jigaboo dance. You know, I don't know, but
I'd be the right. Anyways,
I said the jigaboo
Who's the
dance.
blonde boy in Take That? The guy that writes all the songs.
Gary Barlow.
yeah,
that's me. Man.
That's
Oh,
no,
shush,
that is not
yourself.
you.
Oh my
That
God.
is me.
I'm the Gary Barlow kind of
No.
The only blonde haired person you be is Cisco.
music producer and
I can see Mr. Wolf doing that. You know?
and leader of the band.
What, being
in the
Cisco
background.
or what's his name? Barlow.
No, being Cisco.
Cisco
Yeah, he
Barlow.
can't be
I
Barlow.
think you heard me.
Why? And this is
Oh,
why.
baby, all
and this
over the
is
place.
why Mr. Wolf considers himself at times to be the underdog.
The underdog. All right,
Okay.
whatever, man.
That's
You
it.
will be the Cisco of the crew, and I will be
no
the fat
Cisco,
uncle.
bruv.
You know the fat uncle.
You're
from
the fat one
from
in
Drew.
Drew Hill.
The uncle.
Not the fat one in Drew Hill.
Yeah, that's the uncle.
Yeah, you're talking about the same
How's
person.
he the uncle?
Have you not seen him? He was an
uncle,
uncle from before he was in the actual band.
No.
He looked like an uncle.
You know you had a sibling that had a child.
Who?
He had
That
a
guy.
sibling.
The big one from
Drew-
Drew Hill.
that guy looked like he ate Ebba before he came on
Does
stage.
anybody
At
know
all
his
times.
He was
actual
a-
name?
I'm not saying that.
Somebody
he had a
told me his
sibling
name
that
the
had a
other
child,
day, and I
but he
don't
had a
know what it is
sibling
still. Because
that had a
he's
child.
the uncle from Drew Hill. Like, everybody knows whenever I say the uncle from Drew Hill, it's like it's known.
So he's an uncle.
It is known.
No, I'm not saying he had a child. Oh, sorry, he had a sibling that had a child. But I'm saying he had a sibling that had a child. He was an uncle, innit?
Bruv, he was.
He looks like an uncle.
Before he took to the stage, he took Ebba and Supermo with him.
Hold on, Wahala. Explain what an uncle is, because some people might not understand what you're on about.
So an uncle is it's usually supposed to be an elderly man that may be in his late 40s, something like that. He tends to try to attract young women. He tends to eat food, copious amounts of food, and drink copious amount of stouts. Usually of African descent.
Nah,
but it can be from others, but we usually of African descent.
An uncle is basically, well,
It's a way of life.
an African version of a midlife crisis.
I don't know if it was midlife crisis though.
But
when he's wearing them fancy shirts and the shoes with the jeans and he's going to the club trying to chase the women.
I want
I
want
actually
everybody to
like that
acknowledge.
description of it.
I want everybody to acknowledge that uncle is a way of life. It's not just for Christmas. It's a way of life.
no, but you get there at a certain stage. It's a midlife crisis. I'm telling you, it's an African midlife
I don't
crisis.
think that the uncle in the African or the West African term of uncle, I don't think it's a midlife crisis.
I think
It
that's
is
the-
a stage of life.
I think that's the
It's-
pinnacle.
It's an enjoyment.
Yeah, I think that's the pinnacle
it's
of
part of
Africanness.
the process of just growing into your elderly stage.
And you have
I'm saying to you, it's the equivalent because
Yeah, we don't use
one
the
of
word.
the crisis.
We don't
in the
use the word
European
crisis in that term.
Term, the crisis in a European term is deemed as some kind of a problem.
no, but if
Whereas
you
the uncle with us, it is enjoyment.
Enjoy, man. Okay, let me just break it down to its raw form. If you're an uncle and you go to a party, you don't bother with rice anymore. You just have a plate of meat. Simple and plain. You don't bother with any type of salad. You don't bother with any type of rice.
Salad.
Anything else, you can go up to the person at the whoever's serving the food and tell him, I want a plate of meat. And that's it as standard. Uncle is the pinnacle of Africanism. When you get to that status, life has taken you to a next plateau.
No, for me, uncle is the main characteristic we know about uncle is that he always forgets how old he is. Yeah, that's what happens. So when he's in that club, who's he talking to?
What age matters, bro? Why does age matter?
What did you mean? Why are you 53 talking to a 20-year-old?
Because
I can make your life
he has
better.
money. He has money.
I can make your life better. You can do better with me. Better, come on now.
I
What
think
you mean, Shorty?
there's two tiers of uncle, or two. It goes in two different paths. You walk down the stage of life, and you get to a path where it splits, and two of those splits are uncle stages. One is if you're married, and one is if you're single. Or if you're married, well, if you're
rich as well.
If you're married but you're happy to play the field, you still go down that single path, which is the dress shirt and the jeans.
They will
and the
be
shoes.
married.
Look, put it this way.
They will have it. They
Because
can, like,
uncles have a uniform, innit? You can spot an uncle straight away, immediately. Even when the uncle's in camouflage.
Yes.
And then usually cab drivers.
It's the long shirt, big kind of wahala belly, and then
He said that so nonchalantly as well. I'm not even trying to insult him.
and then they'll have the
singlet underneath.
crocodile shoes, the leather shoes, and they will be drinking, like you say, stout, some kind of beer, Star, Gulda,
Can you just acknowledge that uncle has a uniform, an actual starter pack?
No, can I just say something, please? Because I'll need the public to know this. If you're younger and you think that you or Stormzy invented the tracksuit bottoms and jeans or whatever with sliders, uncles have been doing that since the 80s. Right? Since the 80s. Just know that uncles have been wearing slippers outside from day dot. They originated that shit. It's their shit. Stormzy stole it from my uncle.
So you trying to say that Stormzy is an uncle in the making?
Of course, Stormzy's an uncle in the making. Have you seen him when he raps? He even looks like he's vexed all the time. Like there's no time that I've seen Stormzy and he don't look like somebody stolen the food from him.
He's got the hairline for it as well.
Exactly. Stormzy's always he's a blatant uncle. Ghana style though. Bit tall though.
The hairline was receding from birth.
Can I just twist the conversation slightly because we're talking about uncleisms? I wanted to because for me it's a compliment. Yeah, you compliment somebody when you call them an uncle. Yeah, unless they do a nonsense, but in general it's a compliment. And there was a clip going around the internet from that Channel 4 program. Was it First Dates or Blind Dates or what's it called?
First date.
First Dates. And I posted it, and my comment was, we have to basically take this man's uncle status away from him. He cannot, because he's old enough for him to be an uncle, but he can't be an uncle because of what he did on the date. Where how old was he? Because I didn't watch it.
Was he African?
63.
Nah. Somebody. The only reason I'm bringing it up because we've spoken about men paying on dates before. That's what happened. The bill came and he asked the woman. First of all, he even sent the woman that came with the bill away because I don't know, maybe he was embarrassed. But he said, "Are we going Dutch? Are we going Dutch?" to the woman across the table. And then when she did put some money down, he's like, "Put an extra 10 on it."
He's a bad man.
Put an extra 10 on it. So the thing was, it's not the biggest deal. It's a big deal. We've spoken about it before. But it's only because when I posted the thing, somebody on my page was saying, like, what's wrong? Are we in the day and age where a woman shouldn't be paying half?
I'm not going into this half thing
I got so vexed, man.
No, but
I got so vexed, man.
to be
My
honest,
wife had to cut me dad, I got vexed.
No,
Why did you get vexed?
Because
Sorry.
because
Simple.
it's like a distant kind of relative kind of thing. And I just didn't want one of the youngers that could be deemed a relative of mine to say something stupid like that on my own page.
Oh, it's somebody you know.
Yeah. I posted the video as well.
Oh, okay.
And then someone commented on my thing, a distant relative talking nonsense. And when I tried to school them, they were rude because they're so distant that they know they're not going to get a slap. That's why they were a bit leery on it as well.
How was you trying to correct him? What were you telling him or her?
Well, we're gonna go into this again. We know what is down with this. It's long going into this again.
Well, this is season 2. Some people are
Nah,
just
it's long,
joining us.
man.
What's long?
We say this. Like, we've said this so many times.
No, we wrote it on the.
we
the
said
page.
it as well. We've had the discussion so many times.
No, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I see that clip because that clip's been doing the rounds on the internet and that. But then today I actually saw the whole episode, and when you see the whole episode, you get to realize and understand why what he did in the end was so deep. Because
They had a good date or something, innit?
that date was a wicked date.
Oh, that's a shame.
It was a wicked date. Like him and her were dancing in the middle of a restaurant.
Is it?
They were dancing in the middle of the restaurant because something about showing her how to dance or what. Like if I hadn't seen the clip before and I watched that episode, I would have been guaranteed that they were gonna be together for the rest
How
of
old
their
were they?
lives.
They're very old.
63, and I think she was around about that corridor.
You see, for me, seeing these 2 old people dancing around and smiling, you know, just sorry, not seeing it because I haven't watched the whole thing, but just you saying it made me smile. So something like that, the bit that I did see, it's just so it makes it even more annoying.
But that's what I'm saying. When you see the whole episode, because I saw the whole episode, I was watching it, I was thinking, how did they get from this to what I've already seen? Like, how did that happen? And it happened. I don't know what happened. You know, like them Power Rangers, they just morph and they transform into something else. He just turned into a different human being, bro. I'm not even joking. He turned into a different.
That's money, boy.
He went from dance. He went from dancing with the woman in the middle of the restaurant, and it was all very nice and stuff. And he's saying, "Oh yeah, you know," and she was like, "Oh, you're swaying a bit," and he's like, "It was like a proper nice fairy
Can I
tale
ask you a
thing."
question?
And then he just turned into 21 Savage at the end. But it was like,
21. Did he touch the bill?
he looked at the
No,
bill.
but he touched it.
What do you mean? Did he touch it?
Did he touch it with his hand?
Yeah.
Jojo.
He touched it with his hand. He looked
He
at
said,
it.
"Juju."
He said to her, "Well, I ain't got that." That's what he said.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't got that.
Well, I ain't got that.
I
Apparently,
ain't got that.
they actually see. Oh, you're getting me involved in the conversation. I don't want to get involved in. Yeah. But apparently, they actually give you some money towards the bill. As
It's
well.
£25 a head.
I don't care what they gave him some money towards the bill, and he still said, "I ain't none of that."
It was awkward. It was mad awkward. But there was two things that I wasn't. I don't know about disappointed, but 2 things that I kind of looked at and I thought, you lot let us down, innit? The first thing was obviously that because that's the clip that you see, but the other one, people probably won't agree with me because we've taken it as a social norm now. But the first part of the conversation, she said to him, like, he said, "Oh, you know, what'd you do? How's life? Whatever." He threw a nice opener in there, and she turned around and said to him, "Do you work?"
What's wrong with that?
No. He said, "What do you do?" To her, "What do you do? How's life? She said, "Do you work?"
So she answered the question with a question.
No. She answered it once. You just look at the difference in
No,
the question.
she asked him, "Do you work?" When he asked her,
Oh,
"What do you do?"
Okay.
But then, as far as I'm concerned, she was justified with that question because he said he didn't have it.
But then him saying he don't have it might not have been anything to do with it.
Nobody can cross it.
But trust me, the way the date was dread. If you get opportunity, have a look at it because, and I'm saying watch the whole thing so you can see the.
He's a musician, though, isn't he?
Mr. Wolf.
No, that's what smashed it. She goes to him, "Do you work?" He goes, yeah. Like that, yeah. She's like, "Okay, what'd you do?" He's like, "I'm a music producer." Now, for me, I kind of sat in my chair and thought to myself, this money thing is going to be an issue. And I know why it's an issue now. Like,
But
63-year-old music producer.
Was it 63 or 65?
It's 63.
Because if he was over 65, it's a valid question because he could be retired.
Yeah, I get that, but the man said he's a music producer, and he said it like it was his job.
Do you think he would have been the first one to go solo?
At 63, he would not only would he have been the first one to go solo. I would vouch.
He
To
would
say
have been on his own in the group.
Maybe I might have to find him so I can get my solo career
His
going.
music producing is probably like one of those hobbies that he's got, like, and he's just passed it off as being his career.
I think I'm gonna recruit him to do my solo career.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that one, boy.
Okay. Well, like while I said he doesn't want to talk about it, but Stavros will just do a quick thing to full stop the conversation.
God.
Whereas, yeah, young men, if forget young men, because this man was in his 60s. Men, please, if you take a woman out, it doesn't matter who asks, because I hear if she asks, then it doesn't make a difference who asks. Yeah, just pay for the meal. Yeah, or don't go out at all. All right. And secondly, or leading on from that, we have this thing called HurtBae. It's a video going.
Are we going to talk about that?
Well, what we're going to talk about is the fact that I don't want to talk about it because Wahala brought it to our attention. DJ Webslinger brought it to our attention.
No, he didn't.
You just brought it up just now.
Yeah, you did, and you put it in the.
No, he didn't.
You put it in one of the groups that we was discussing.
It was Mr.
No, he
Wolf.
didn't. It was Mr. Wolf.
Was it you?
God damn it!
You're the same.
How long have I known you blacks?
You're the same. You're the ones that don't matter in the group.
We all look alike.
Miscellaneous group members.
You're the ones in Drew that I don't even know their names.
Oh,
Nokia.
my
We don't. Nokia.
Even via text
Okay,
message
then,
and name
excuse
on
me.
text.
Excuse me.
We all look alike.
We're gonna be the richest ones anyway.
Missed.
Fuck the whole.
Mr. Wolf.
Any Jackson 3.
bu-
They don't even sing. They don't sing background. They get the crowd to my Michael. They didn't sing background. That's them man there, right? Anyway, let's go.
So Mr. Wolf brought it to our attention as well as Wahala.
That
And
Wolf.
The video is basically of a couple or an ex-couple. It seemed like it's recently broken up. Maybe a few months down the line they've broken up, and the man had been cheating a lot throughout the relationship.
Not just a lot. She asked him, "How many times did you cheat?" And he said,
I didn't count.
"I just didn't count."
Yes, okay, fair enough.
How many women are you banging that you can't even remember?
Oh, right, okay, but the point of the thing was that's it. They're sitting across from each other. Simple Simon thinks it's very well produced, edited, and directed, and what.
I agree.
It's a well-made video.
HurtBae.
Yeah, but we're not talking about how well the video is. It was brought to our attention just because, like I said, the man is cheat. The woman is asking him questions, and they're going backwards and forwards. They were friends. They speak about how they met, and the short little clips about their relationships and the cheating, and that's it. She cries a bit, and I don't understand why these people want to talk about it. So
I didn't really want to talk
Wahala
about it. I had a
and
question.
Mr. Wolf. What has this got to do with anything? Because I don't care.
Well, I just put it on there, but I had an actual question surrounding it.
Well, then let Mr. Wolf say his piece then. Why is this worth talking about?
I don't know, really. I mean, I found it interesting.
So you like watching people's pain?
No, it's not watching people's pain. It's if you had the opportunity to sit opposite your ex, regardless of how you broke up, how would you feel? You know, not sitting on a sofa, or, you know, not sitting in a restaurant, sitting in that environment, being filmed, you know, one-on-one, back and forth, asking questions about the relationship that you had. And I just wonder how you guys would feel about that. Exes. So think about your ex, just for a second, and how would it be like if
which
you was
one?
to, which ones, mate? The ones that you hate the most.
I don't hate any of my exes.
I actually don't hate any of my exes.
Okay.
Neither do I.
Okay.
What are you asking the
Did
question?
any of you did any of you split from your exes under bad terms?
No.
Have any of you been hurt?
Wahala says no. Simple Simon?
No, I don't think so.
Webs? Take that as a yes.
Yeah, I even know her, so don't try it.
I don't think you heard me.
Mr. Wolf, have you had a...
Bad terms ended? No. These guys are looking at me like they're not ended on bad terms.
There were so many caveats there, but at bad terms, no.
When you mean bad, you mean that I die? That's almost what you were looking like you were saying.
Is that bad meaning bad or bad meaning? Stavros, my first one, maybe not. I don't know.
It depends what you classify as bad
Yeah.
terms. Like if you're saying one person didn't want it to end, then yeah, obviously that could be a particular situation.
I thought he meant bad terms, like if you see
It's a
her
beef
on,
thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
you
that's
see
what
her
I'm
on the
saying.
street, she shell you in the side of your
Yeah,
head.
I don't think I've got that type
Came
of
out of the
situation.
relationship
Something
minus
like
a
that.
limb.
I don't think I've got that situation. So I don't know. For me, if I was sitting up opposite my ex and they was asking me questions, or I was asking them questions, I probably know the answer to the questions I'm gonna ask. So I'm only doing it for the public, really, for the culture, as they'll say. But I don't know. But there was something that touched me in there that I thought.
What was it?
I just think to myself, the thing that I thought was a bit deep about that particular video was the fact that one, she said that the reason why she took him back was because he was her best friend, and I thought that was deep. He's look at him. Saf's got no sympathy for the woman. Like,
all right, can we just carry on with something interesting that at least that Mr. Wolf said? Who cares about his best friend? Okay, well, so what?
because
best friend.
Yeah, because for me, it's seemed deep. Like,
What's deep about it? What's deep?
Because she just felt like maybe it's the way she said it. You're my best friend, and I thought to myself, "Wow, that's deep, man. It hurt me, bro. It went to the heart. I'm not lying to you.
Am I the only one that doesn't care?
That's why I went solo, though.
You got a friend in me.
I thought it was quite touching.
It was, man.
You got to understand that some people are weaker than others, innit? And there's good. There will be
why
a
does it
lot of.
Don't say weakness.
Why does it have to be weakness? Why can't it just be emotional maturity? I made that shit up. TN.
I don't know. I think that maybe because I've heard a lot of comments regarding this in different groups that I'm in, WhatsApp groups and what have you. I read a few of the comments, and a lot of the women that have commented on there are kind of asking, hoping that she would have been showed a stronger mentality towards the relationship. That she shows a perception of weakness when she's talking. You know,
She's hurt, man.
she is hurt, but
She's hurt. What do you want? Listen, this man clearly somebody that she loves still, and it was her best friend, and I think that makes a major difference.
she looks quite young.
I'm
though.
gonna break this one down because it was already said in the piece. He liked her in the early days.
Oh.
She aired him. When they got together, he paid her back.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
And
she did. She
cheated.
did add him. She did. add him.
Simple.
No. He didn't just cheat. He doesn't know how many times he cheated on her.
That's all right. Because he was hurt from the first airing that she gave him.
All right. I don't agree with you.
I don't care.
No, I'm just saying. Innit? I don't agree with you, but no, not entirely. But how do you then feel about his reaction to when she's telling him? Because I'll be honest with you, I'm emotionally retarded. I'll tell you that now. But
He
this guy,
was heartless. He didn't care.
He didn't care.
it was like he was on Valium or something.
He didn't care.
He was having sex with a woman, and she opened the door and saw them together, and he told her to get out.
No. This is why my brother's such a good storyteller. She said he was with a woman. She didn't mention sex.
In the bed, he was banging the woman.
I don't know what you're
Come
saying,
on,
man.
bro.
They were in bed together. What were they doing? Reading the book?
He told her he
could've
didn't.
been
He
reading
didn't
the Bible.
He didn't say.
Ezekiel
No, sorry.
chapters.
Not only did he tell her to get out, didn't he tell her later, "Don't come to my room" or something like that?
No, he never said
He
that.
said something like that,
don't
man.
think so.
But all I know is the
You
back.
don't even know. You didn't listen.
I watched the video
No, I
the
think he
whole
did
time
tell her that
thinking,
he
why
told her
did
don't
why
care
did somebody
about
send me this video? Why did somebody send me this video? Why did somebody
Because
send
it's
me this
hurt,
video?
bae.
Because it's gone viral.
Yeah, it went viral,
Such
bro.
a nonsense.
Hurt, bae.
I did say that dude could be part of the US Marines light skin division because he was heartless and cold. He could do the torture with these
Wait,
people.
hang on.
He could,
How come the US Marines has got a light skin division? What kind of
Why
device
not?
is it?
Why would they not have a light skin
How can
division?
they have their own division though?
No,
what about
they have
blacks?
to have a light skin
Oh,
division.
come on, man.
Why not?
Segregation up in this.
No, you're not taking the full on piss.
Listen.
You know you'd
He
be general
was
in there.
banging a woman. She came inside the room. He didn't apologize. He told her to go.
But the thing is, I feel like simultaneously, I feel like women are probably shaking their head and judging her on that point. They're like, how can you have still taken him back after that jazz?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Mr. Wolf. Tell these women that are saying she's soft. Tell them to listen. All of you probably been in a similar situation yourself, where you've been taken advantage of, and you know you've been taken advantage of, and your friends are telling you X, Y, and Z, and you stuck around because you loved the person or you were infatuated. It's simple. It's all good to look at it from the outside and say, why are you allowing this? Why do you let people do that? But everyone's kind of been through them kind of situations themselves, man. So just deal with it, innit? Don't be picking on the girl. She was, like you said, she's young, man.
Took the words right out of my mouth. What I was going to say is that she does look like she's young, and hopefully something like this will
How young?
help her grow, and she would learn.
No, she's gonna
from
be
the
bitter
whole-
now. She's gonna take it out on
Well,
the
is she going to be bitter,
hurt
or is
people,
she
hurt
going to
people.
grow?
That's
and
what I wanna-
she's gonna
that's what I
take
wanna
that
talk about.
negative into a positive, you know. And you would find that in a lot of relationships, they do go through these kind of things, and it is like a, you know, you hurt me, I hurt somebody else.
Hold up. I don't love you like
Well,
I
we'll
love
see,
you.
because end of the day, I
Slow
reckon
down.
it takes a very mature person to get hurt and to not take that forward into the next relationship, like Stavros did. To go back to your original question about what it would be like to talk to your
Hang on.
partner.
Did man just do a drive-by advertisement of himself like
Yeah,
Stavros did?
yes.
I just carried on. Is that
Of
what he just
course,
said?
of course.
He did.
Yeah, you know, fake modesty.
This
So
room smells like arrogance.
if I'm sitting across from my exes, it'd be wicked, man. I would love to have a conversation with my exes.
Can I touch on what you just
That's
said?
my ego, though. I just want them to say that, yeah, you couldn't fight better than me. Yeah.
Can I touch on
Which is true, by the way. I'm not just saying it for saying
Wow.
its sake. Of course.
Can I just touch on what you said there? Do you think that as men, I don't know if I'm assuming that we've all been hurt in some way by a woman, somehow, some way.
Yeah, Stavros has been hurt.
Do you think that how does it affect the way going forward you deal with other relationships?
Everyone's different, innit? So it's best you just ask how it affected you.
Yeah, I'm asking.
You said how. All right, and with Stavros, I learned from my situations, but I didn't drag the skeletons from my situation into the new situation. So maybe if I see signs of, because I think, and I can't be sure because it's never been proven, but I think my first cheated on me probably multiple times, like this HurtBae's dude. That's what I think. Yeah. So if I see similar signs, basically I avoided that for future reference.
Mm-hmm.
So I see the points of reference where things can go wrong, and then I just don't let that happen. But I don't overcompensate. I didn't because I think sometimes people kind of learn things and then they take it too far. So I feel I did pretty well. That's me, Stavros.
You think?
That's from the first partner. The second partner was a bit wonderful young lady. I just think she was a bit too young for me at the time. Maybe I was a bit older than her, and so I learned this thing about age. Maybe don't go for somebody that's not willing to settle down or is not ready. Is not on the same wavelength as you. Because me and her were pretty much compatible. It's just we weren't at the same stage in our life. So that clearly we're not compatible then. But you see what I'm saying?
Well, that's not really about age. It's about maturity, doing it.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Bit of both. But yes, maturity is the foundation, but age plays a part in that.
My voice still sounds like God damn.
So you guys, what we learned from
today, Simple Simon? Mr. Wolf here.
He learned to be sexy in his last relationship.
Yes. Now, what was the question again? I lost my train of thought.
The question was, has any past relationships where you've been hurt affected how you have communicated with women going forward?
Talking about my very first relationship, I think she may have cheated on me as well. Yeah.
Wow.
I think so. I must have been about 17 or 18.
I really thought you were going to say 7 or
yeah.
8. I really did think you were going to say that. I was about 7. It was Charlene in the playground.
He was
She kissed Jonathan.
17.
Boy, no boyfriend or no girlfriend. Nothing of that was going on at that age. I was actually talking to my son about boyfriend and girlfriends, you know. And he's 13. And I had my first kiss when I was 13, funny enough, but not a proper girlfriend. Now, the one that I thought cheated on me, it didn't really hurt me that much, you know, because I think the relationship was coming to an end anyway. And because of that, when I went into the next relationship, it didn't have that much of an impact. But I would say the last relationship that I've just come out of, there was a lot of pain and a lot of things that went on there, but it has helped me grow so much that it will make me a much better partner for my next relationship. I value myself so much. I think I'm such a good guy, and you can call it arrogance or whatever you want, but trust me, the next one's gonna be very pleased with me.
There's no like an ego on this table. I'll tell you that.
No, like
I've seen it.
listen,
I've seen it.
we're all legends here. I think Stavros has said it a few times, and when you surround yourself with greatness, you yourself will become great. And trust me, I think I'm one of the great ones.
And the Stavros will just co-sign the learning from your mistakes in the old relationships and making you a better person for the future ones.
Yeah.
Definitely. I always tell my missus, if it wasn't for my exes, I wouldn't be the man I am now.
That's what I mean.
That deals with you properly.
So I thank
what I'm
my
saying.
ex. I really do. I thank my ex.
So you
Yes.
guys, anyone else? Who's next? Or should we just move on? You don't want to talk about it?
I don't know. To be honest, I think probably my first, after that I became much more emotionally cold. Is that the correct way of saying it?
Cold blooded.
Not cold blooded. It's that I decided not to I try my best now not to get overly emotional about situations.
Emotional recluse, or just much more emotionally, what's the word, mature?
Maybe a bit of both. Like I try my best not to let things get to me that as much as it could possibly get to me in the past.
So that's a good thing.
It's a good thing for me, not necessarily for your partner, because they want to see at times a bit of a more emotional response, and I don't have it the same way that I used to. But I think that's mixed with that, and also mixed with other issues that I've had in my life that have been quite personal to me. That's made me become that. But I think, part of that has been that. I don't know. Other things, I don't know. I try to take every woman for who they are, so I try not to allow things from the past to affect me that much in the future. But I could say that's probably the one thing that I've become a bit more emotionally.
So you became cold.
I don't think I'm cold though.
But it doesn't matter what you think. That's what you're saying, though, isn't it?
Okay, possibly cold. Then if that's where you want to put it, I didn't put it like that. Well, if you want to have to, if you have to put it that way.
So give me an example of this situation you're talking about where you're emotionally withdrawn. Shut
I
down,
don't know. It's just like
cold stuff.
It's just like I'm more clinical with the way I deal with things. I don't add too much emotion to the situation. That's it, done, type thing.
Okay, I'll give you an example then, and you tell me what you'd have done before and what you do now.
Oh God, go on.
Yeah, because I don't know what you're talking about. You can't give me an example yourself, so you can give me an example.
Come on.
All right, so you've gone out with somebody and you're in public and you get into an argument and she slaps you. What would you, in the face? You should have seen his face. Man was looking around like, what? Yeah, what would you do have done before? Is this an example where
I don't think this is a good example. I think both examples I'm
right,
screaming and shouting. I'll just leave. That's one of them ones you just see. You know when you see them videos like Kelly Price and the woman's walking at the door battered. That would be me, boy.
Battered.
Walking at the door. I don't have time for that rubbish.
What, walking out battered?
I'm not Tina in this situation, bro.
Okay, so fine.
The Reverend Ike.
Can't figure out your situation. Any of you guys, or we just move on?
Ain't no woman gonna Ike me.
All right.
No, he was gonna say something. You were gonna say something, right?
I was gonna say something and I kind of lost it, but from previous relationships to the relationship I'm in now, I have grown a lot and I've become a lot more patient and understanding. But yeah, it's like,
Lying bastard.
what are you talking about?
To be honest with you, Simple Simon's emotionally retarded. I have been for a long time. Like, and the thing is what's really weird about it. It's not that I don't understand. It's not that I don't feel emotions. I kind of understand them more than feel them. If that makes sense. Like,
We just take out
Yes.
the emotional.
Yes.
I just call it
Yes.
retarded.
I've actually like just rationalized the thing so badly. But for me, my experience that I don't know if it changed me, but it certainly made me maybe appreciate some things a bit more, and also work on my my empathy. I'm naturally an empath, but this I think this was a big turning point for me. There was one girl that I was going out with in college. You remember her, Wala, and we were going out with each other, and I must have slept with somebody else.
He must have, yeah.
That's kind of what happened.
HurtBae, yeah?
How many girls?
No, it was only one.
I can't remember.
No, it was only one.
How many times
I
was
didn't
that one?
count.
It was just one. It was just one, and it was once. But the thing is, like, I told the girl, and it was her reaction to me telling her that kind of made me like look at things in a different light. Because the way she cried, I wouldn't have expected her to cry.
You weren't
like
ready for that.
I was, and no, you're laughing. Mr. Wolf, you're laughing, yeah. But for real, I was not ready for it. Like, and I wasn't ready for it in a way where I was very fond of her, kind of thing, and I got the impression that she was fond of me. We'd met parents and all the rest of it. We'd done all of that good stuff, but it seemed like no, the way she was crying, it was like she kind of been dismantled. Do you know what I mean? Like her defenses had completely been knocked out. It was like I properly felt like, you know what I mean? Like watching her go through the emotions.
You felt bad.
I actually felt bad, yeah. And I was thinking to myself, well, why does she feel like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, what I couldn't understand is why she felt like that.
Because you did wrong.
Yeah, but then
There's so much more that he could say about this story.
But then the thing about, well, yeah, all right, the girl was in the same college that we were in as well.
There's more.
In the same class. They were actually sisters.
They weren't sisters.
They weren't sisters. They weren't in the same class. They were in the same college. But from the problem that might be worse is the fact that before I even saw Simple the next day, I already knew he had done what he had done. So he had already probably gone through. I think the embarrassment might have been worse.
You think so?
As well as you, yes.
Were they
As
mother
well
and
as-
daughter?
No, it wasn't mother. They weren't in any way related to each other.
It's just that obviously people know the person.
Yeah, the people know the person and that, and because like I said to you before, in the past, I was better looking than 85% of people in life.
I used to hate
So
Simple, you know.
even if I was a really silent person, I never really said anything. Like the news about me would fly about because I look better than 85% of people in life.
Let me tell you something. There'll be a time when I'll be tap dancing in front of somebody. They will be paying attention, and then this bastard will walk past, and then I won't see me again.
This is in the past. Though.
Simple Simon.
Again.
You said that you're emotionally retarded.
Yeah.
Can I just trade? Because that's my word. I'm trademarking that.
Okay.
That slogan.
Stavros is trademarking
And
that.
that's
You know,
I used to call people that all
Do
the time.
you think that is a good thing for maybe your partner or potential future issues that you have got to deal with?
I don't know about whether it's good or bad, but I will say that because of how we have been cultured socially, my behavior seems abnormal. It seems outside of the normal realm of like emotional contact and stuff like that.
Can I interject? How did you just describe it that you agreed with Wahala?
What did he say that I agreed with?
Yeah. You were like, yes.
The first bit, wait, what did he say?
I understand the emotion more than I actually.
You said
Yes,
that you
then-
understand it more.
Yeah.
Empathy is another bad thing. I'm very, very, very. I don't think I'm that empathetic anymore.
Apathy, yeah. You're
Yeah,
into
I think
apathy.
I think apathy is not.
You that was just saying you felt Mrs. HurtBae.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's like my empathy comes in.
I felt it.
At strange times, isn't it?
It was like it was me.
Nah, man. I think it's like it's when she talks about the brethren. That's when I was like, it's deep. It's deep. Because it's deep.
I think I understand why Wahala felt it.
Why?
Next question is all right, I'm gonna pass this off to the dreadlocks, and so they've got a question each, and let's start with Eeny Meeny Miny Mo catch a dread by his toe. Let's start with Simple Emoji Etiquette.
Oh my days.
Speak on it.
All right. So, if you are on my Facebook, you'll note that I sometimes put up statuses that are observationals. I like to call them first-person experiences from a third-hand perspective. And so it's not always definitely me that the stuff's happening to, but sometimes it's just like general observations of things that have happened around. Anyway, I noticed this week, it became more apparent to me this week, that among my colleagues at work, I'm like, my team, I'm the only black person. And
As it should be.
well, yeah, keep the quotas and that. So I'm the only black person in the team. So we have this instant messaging group chat, same like you got WhatsApp or what have you for your friends or what have you. We have an instant messaging group for internal for work, and obviously it's got emojis and it's got
What program do you use, by the way?
what do we use? We use Slack.
Okay, continue.
So we they've got like emojis and gift support. And I noticed that there's a particular colleague of mine that whenever they are relating to me in those conversations, they use ethnic emojis and gifts.
Hold on. Because when you say ethnic, what? Chinese?
The black hands, innit?
Asian.
The black hands.
They use the black ones.
The black ones, okay.
So basically, you say, "Oh, can you get that document to me by 5?" And they give
And
you a
then
hands
thumbs
up.
up.
A thumbs up
Is
is
the
the
black
black
one.
one.
Oh,
Black
be a
one.
black
Did it not
thumbs
spud
up.
you?
Yeah, like it's
A black fist.
no. This is what's interesting about it. It doesn't seem like a cultural appropriation thing, and this is why I'm a bit on the fence. I don't know how to feel about this. You know what I mean? I'm a bit
It's inclusive, isn't it?
But this is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah. So
is it like when you ask, when you go to the shop and you buy me such and such food, can you get me this? And he says, yeah, I got you, and he does a black fist.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like he's trying to be culturally on the level. Like, I don't feel like that. But I've noticed that the emojis that come across to me and the gifts that come across to me are black. Or
Black gifts as well.
Huh?
He gives you black
gifts. So the dub plate one today now was there was a discussion going on, and that our workload this week has been low. In combination with the fact that we haven't got much people on the team that gives us the work. They're all on holiday, but also we have like literally blasted through everything. There's nothing left.
Okay.
So in the conversation, it's like, oh yeah, you guys haven't done much work this week, and I was like, well, why does it have to be that we haven't done that much work? Why can't it just be that we're brilliant and all the work we had is gone? And then the person came back with like, oh yeah, you guys are brilliant, and then sent a gif, and there was 2 black men in the gif doing a dance in the gym. I have no understanding.
What type of dance?
Bruv, it was one.
Was it a jigaboo?
Yeah, the jigaboo dance. That's what I was.
It was one of those kind of things. So
Oh my God.
So I'm sitting there looking at the computer screen, thinking, should I put this card in the back pocket or should I pop off? Like,
Man complimented you and slapped you in the same.
yeah, it's
the
like
same gif.
I was stuck between MLK and Martin. MLK and Malcolm. Sorry, I was stuck. I didn't know which way to go. So I was gonna ask you guys if you've experienced something like that, and moreover, what do you think is going on in this situation?
To be honest, I think that the person is just racially aware. So he's aware that you're black. He's aware that, you know, there's black emojis or whatever they call them things these days. And emojis, yeah. Is it emojis as well? Emoticons, that's it. And my uncle leave me.
That sounds like a transformer, man.
Exactly.
Emoticon.
Robots in this car.
Can I say there's 3 levels of awareness then if you're saying it? Yeah, there's unaware. This is if you're not an ethnic minority or you're not a person of color. Yeah, so you're unaware. So you're just unaware of what's going on, and you talk and act in a way which doesn't really help anything. There's aware to an extent, which maybe is the situation that I think Wahala's talking about. He might not know it, but this is what I think would slot into that situation. So they
Conscious and woke.
They notice something and they try and act accordingly,
Yeah.
or maybe they don't act appropriately.
Yeah.
And then there's the third level where it's they're aware
woke.
up to the point where it's like they realize for me to do something like this is now deeming, it's like I'm trying to compensate for something that I don't need to compensate for, or in a situation I don't need to compensate for it. There's other issues and other things where me as a non-person of color needs to pull up, but an emoji is not one of those situations. So for me to do that might be seen as insensitive.
And a gif.
Basically, I think that this is the digital equivalent of a white person talking to a black person saying, rice and peas is nice. It's that kind of thing. It's like they're trying to be nice, yeah. But what they did is like, it's like you look at that.
Yesterday I went to one of those restaurants and I tasted that jollof rice.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
How do you wash your
The
hair?
moimois.
How do you wash your hair? Kind of comment.
That's more.
No, your hair's so nice. I wish my hair was like yours. That type of comment.
Eloquently ignorant.
Yeah, I wish white people's hair natted the same way that yours did. That's that type of comment.
You know, I legit once had a colleague who said to me, "Oh man, sometimes I wish I was black." I was confused. I'm not gonna lie to you.
How do you respond to
You
that?
should have shot him.
This is what's so fun. Do you remember Ali McBeal from back in the day? Yeah. Do you remember they used to do like
Cutaways, yeah.
and you used to see what she was actually thinking? I punched him in the throat at least 14 times, and he was choking, and I was still punching him in the throat.
Why does this bother you?
Did they do
for
that in
somebody
Ali
to say-
McBeal?
Yeah, it was wicked.
No,
Who
because
remembers that program?
Here we go.
Dream On.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't know
what I'm saying.
I don't know what you lot are on about.
I don't
Old
know.
man's both of them.
Big program.
No, you
Dream
used to
On.
watch Dream One.
Nokia and
Dream On.
Nokia and Jermaine.
Sorry for all our listeners that are under 50.
Nokia and Jermaine. I'm telling
Simple
you.
Simon, can you continue?
Jermaine Jackson and Nokia from
Ron Simpson. I didn't even hear this.
But so I'm trying. So I got caught in this annex of whether or not these coloring of the emojis and the gifs was a problem.
Colouring?
No, it's the coloring because
because he cribs.
because what makes this unique is that it's only to me.
Do you see the message he says to everyone else?
Yes, because we're all in the same conversation.
Okay, so
But
what
you're
happens
the
if-
only black though,
Can
innit?
I ask a question? Is there any mixed race people in your place?
No.
Because I would like to see what he would do. Does he put a white person and a black person together?
I don't know. Well, he might do that, or he might just do the tones because the thing comes in tones.
Yeah,
now.
it comes in tones.
So that's all.
Hold on, does he send you the darkest of dark? Because you are not the darkest of blacks.
I'm not the darkest
They
of
send you
black.
the white ones.
Does he give you the correct tone?
It gives. Yeah, he tried to match the tone. Which
Wow.
but
Nah,
again,
this man's a G. I don't care
no,
what
but
anybody's telling
again,
me.
this is why I'm thinking like I shouldn't be offended because he's put an investment in there. He's looked at the whole thing and he's gone. All right, let me go on the slide chart. Let me get the brown paper bag out. See where he is on the chart. Oh look, found the color. DuPont. Let's use this instead. Do you know what I mean? So
He's being empathetic.
he's researched the thing, but it looks really weird because like we'll be in the conversation. He'll send me a black thumbs up, and then someone else will comment afterwards, and then he'll send them an emoji with a different color. So he's gone in and he's changed the color.
He wants everyone to know, or
Yeah,
he wants you to know that I'm talking to you, fam.
He talks to his wife about this, when he gets home. My black friend at the office, I send him black emoji.
I personally
send him
think-
black one. Not the other color. Black one.
I personally think he listened to the Shadism episode of Eloquently Saying Nothing and is following that.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. But it happened to me this week, so I was just wondering what you guys thought about
Can
that.
I just ask quickly, what is the problem with somebody saying I wish I was black?
I didn't say it was a problem, but if you're gonna be black,
Simple Simon said he wanted to be punching people. I know that, look, there's a slogan, everybody wants to be black until the police come. But
that's what I'm saying. Shoot him.
I just want Simple Simon to tell me, why do you want to be punching man in his face for saying I wish I was black?
All right, let me put it to you like this, yeah. What business does he have telling me that information?
So I don't know. I
Like-
don't know how you two talk.
It's to further make
Bond.
a stronger bond with you.
I want to be.
So if he
maybe
knows
it's rub against you.
he wants to be closer to you. That's why he wants to be black, so you can hang out.
Yeah, but so let me put it to you like this now. So
do black
how am I supposed to respond to that? Am I supposed to say, oh
That's
yeah,
what I was saying.
like sometimes I wish I was white? Are we supposed to
How
be
do you
every
know?
day?
How
No,
are you
you bring
supposed to
you bring
respond
him
to
in
that?
some plantain.
Is that how it happens?
Yeah,
I heard that plantain can change the pigment of your skin.
exactly.
You should have
lying though.
you should have changed.
You
into
don't know
something.
that.
You should have changed into something and made him do work. I didn't say that's how black you want to be. Let's take it back to roots, innit?
Should have sent him out into the field to meet Stavros.
You should have taken away his name and said to him, "You don't know your whole heritage. Let's see how black you want to
I
be."
think
today."
the idea of bringing him food is not a bad thing.
Why are you bringing the man food for? So you're rewarding him for saying it.
Oh, he wants to be a part
But,
of us.
no, we see-
give him fish.
They
pepper
really are the
stew.
miscellaneous people in the group.
I
aren't they?
told you,
No,
Jermaine
but-
and Nokia, bro. I
No,
told you this already.
But he's got a point because we've come here and made the assumption that he's saying this stuff. It has to be a negative. It doesn't necessarily.
I
have
didn't
to
say
be
it was a negative.
Hold on, did you say? Are you saying Nokia from Drew Hill is a nobody?
Yeah.
He's the producer. He's probably makes more money than all of them.
Correct him.
I didn't say that he doesn't make more money. I said no one cares about his life.
Who did he impregnate? What's her name? Angie Martinez. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And that's what he's known for now.
But his money don't
How do you
say
make a
that.
laugh at me?
Crack it.
All right.
Anyway,
The other dreadlock has a question about biological deception. Go for it.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Recently there was what's that guy's name?
Jeremy Kyle.
I can't stand his wife. There was a Jeremy Kyle episode where a gentleman found out that his father was not his biological father.
We'll tweet out the video.
Can
No
I just say that
way.
at one point in the video, Jeremy called himself JC.
Yes.
No, JK.
JK or whatever. He called himself JK. I said, this man thinks he could talk in third person. He's got to that levels now. He thinks he could talk in third person.
Obviously, he works in the same office as Simple
He wasn't
Simon's
talking in
brethren.
third person though. He shook the man's hand and said JK. The man said his name. He said JK.
What?
Reps.
He
We'll get to
introduced
that
himself
level.
as JK. Anyway, in relation to that question, I will put to a fellow gentleman of the podcast.
What is the question?
How would you feel if you were in that situation and found out you
What's
were
the
not,
situation?
Yeah, man.
you were not biologically attached to your person that you thought was your father?
Simple Simon. You are not the father.
Oh no! Are you saying that we're the father or we're
You're
not
the child?
We're the child.
You're a child.
Okay.
Oh, you're the child in the situation.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just flesh it out for you for anyone that hasn't seen the video, but it will be posted on ESN's Twitter and
This is
Facebook.
the level, man.
So at ESN on Twitter and Instagram as well, and on Facebook it'll be at ESN Podcast. Sorry, it's at ESN Podcast on Twitter and on Instagram, and on Facebook it will be at ESN Podcasts with an S, and we'll we'll send this video out so you can see what we're talking about. But in general, if you're not going to do that, the video is of a man in his 20s, mid-20s or so.
30s. 32.
Is he in his 30s?
32.
Okay, sorry. And all his life, he's believed this man to be his dad. His mother, who is in Nigeria, has called him for some reason and said, I have something to confess. Your dad is the
She's from Sierra Leone.
No,
she's from Nigeria, but I don't want to claim it. So
he just picked a random waff country, man. So basically, she called him and said, I got something to confess. That's not your dad. Because he can't afford to do the test himself, he's decided to go on Jeremy Kyle.
I don't know if you can't afford it.
It's not that he
do
can't
it for
afford,
free.
man. Who knows, man?
Maybe that's what the etiquette, innit? They didn't know what to do. Africans don't have this problem. They usually just identify by their nose.
I think Africans have this problem.
No, I think they just look at the nose and say, it's my own.
That is your.
Anyways, for some reason, he's gone onto the show and decided to get the test that they get. The father comes out, he says it's not going to make any difference. I love him same way, yada yada yada. The man comes out and says, unfortunately, you're not the biological father. And then he gives out this sound. And Wahala has been sending this to everyone.
You know what?
He's such a mean bastard.
Why?
I'm glad to hell, man.
You were saying that term throughout the whole of the podcast, and now it fucking makes sense, boy. Jeez.
He's cold, man. He's cold.
I'm glad to hell, man.
So,
because I found that way too entertaining.
It was extremely funny.
It
was because when I looked at it after I heard Wahala's comments, I was busting up. I hate Jeremy Kyle, but I was busting up.
You know what's so funny though? When I heard it, it was kind of haunting for me because that's like a no, seriously. I mean, all jokes aside, it was kind of haunting for me because that's like it's an Igbo thing to do, right? And the time you will most likely hear that is at a funeral. And my aunt made the exact same noise at a similar pitch when my cousin died. Like we was at the funeral and
Well, she's a woman.
yeah, but it was, I don't know how to describe it, like how it's like she just packaged the entire emotion in the sound, and when it hit me, I felt exactly how she felt, like just by hearing the sound. You know what I'm saying?
Chilling.
I get you.
It was properly.
It reverberates, which is why somebody's finding it funny.
No, because that was a woman. His voice, when it was a transgender, the voice was like
He went straight to A sharp.
Is it as bad as that guy? I think he was on the Maury show.
And
he done the cry.
Nah,
the cry was worse.
The cry.
But that noise there, I don't know. I was watching it and I felt so sorry for the man. I want everybody
Whilst
to
laughing
acknowledge.
at him.
No, because I felt so sorry for him when he was going through the motions.
This is more
But then
empathy from
the
Wahala.
man said, I know we're going off topic. The man said, he's not your son. There was a little bit. This is what made it worse because the son was smiling for some strange reason. He was smiling throughout the whole thing.
Calmly.
Like, he was smiling, and then it was a bit of silence, and then the man just went. I was done.
So is this
done?
I just want people to know that in your sleep tonight, you're gonna hear this in your sleep.
Is this because the story itself and the scenario itself is nothing new? Innit? Is this more because it's a black African Nigerian family or Sierra Leone family because we don't want to claim them? You know what I mean?
I think that affected people that watched it.
Is
In
the
my
fact-
circles, about
because
bit more.
whenever I've seen
No.
clips of Jeremy Kyle, and I
No.
don't watch it. It's more of the Caucasian families that I see doing the madness.
Here's the other thing though. Whenever you see them clips, how often is the child 32 years of age?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I can't say I've seen a lot of clips, but I would say that there's been a lot of adults that have been on there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you,
32, bro.
32, bro.
And the thing about it, I want to know what possessed the mum to decide at 32. He said that he just called him and said, "You're not my son. I mean, you're not the man's son." And done. But let's go back to Webb's question, which was, how would you react
Just
if
because
you
he's
was a child?
miscellaneous doesn't mean that you give him some play.
To find out that that's not my dad, I think you go through the emotions, innit? So first and foremost, you're like, "Oh my god, what's this? How can he not be my dad?" Then you start side-eyeing your mum hard, like, which person is my dad now? Then you need to worry to yourself, you gonna call your mum Asher? Well, that's deep. That's peak times, you know.
All right, you side eye your mum.
I'm sorry.
Get a slap.
So you call her a whore instead?
It's the same thing.
I side eye and calling somebody else. is like-
The reason you're side eyeing the woman is because of
I'm not calling it.
situations.
I'm wanting to know. I don't even know if I want to know who the real dad is, because that might be even worse. You might be somebody that you know. You don't know. I don't know. First and foremost, I'm gonna just obviously just have to start dealing with the actual person that is my non-biological father and see if I can how he's gonna be feeling, because he's gonna feel it a lot worse than I would. I think the father would feel it worse than the son. And then I'm just have to be side-eyeing the mum. I don't know what else we can really do.
Stavros doesn't know what you do. Next.
Simple Simon, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I would do either, because you almost certainly lose no matter what happens. If you find out that your real father is a waste man, you're upset because you're the son of a waste man. If you find out your real father is really successful, you're upset because you were not with the man that's successful. He could have taught you so many different things. You don't really win, as far as I'm concerned.
Mr. Wolf here. I think you'll get that initial emotion, the shock will come into play, and then over time, when it settles in, that's when the pain really begins to manifest. Of course, you'll side eye your mum. That's just for me. That's just a natural reaction. And then, I don't know how I'd react, but I think that most people react the same. To be honest, initial shock and pain, and then as time goes on, that pain gets a little bit harder to bear, and then as time goes on some more, I think you'll be able to live with it as you get a few more answers.
Sorry, quick question. You know, we've all said that you'd have pain and what have you. What about why do we automatically assume there would be pain?
I didn't say pain. I said I'll see what's going on with the dad.
I think, emotional pain.
Why would there be emotional pain?
Because
especially if the dad treated you in a way where you didn't even have it in your question that he was your father.
Yeah, because you see someone who is your dad for a period of 32 years, and then all of a sudden you've been told that this man is not your father. You will feel away.
You kind of lost your identity in a way.
Yeah, you will feel away, and it's an emotional
form of a lie.
You know, it's not a physical, it's more emotional draining, emotional pain. It's just a piercing of the heart. If anybody's had a broken heart or they felt away and it's touched their heart, just like you did with the lady, Wahala, you know, you feel that 10 times over, 100 times over.
Doesn't know how many times you cheated on the woman. It's peak. That's like asking me how many times I ate meat.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You ate me, bro.
I don't know.
I didn't count it. That's what he said.
But the thing about it is, I don't know if this is just me being a weirdo, but I don't understand how people have such high emotion about, let's call it infidelity. I don't like the term cheating. So I don't see why people have such high emotion about infidelity. Don't get me wrong.
Who? The person involved?
No, don't get me wrong. I understand that there's more than one way that it can happen. There's a spectrum of what infidelity is. But like,
Is this because you cheated?
what? No, because I wouldn't say that.
Many rivers to
I wouldn't say that my cheating at the time was anything to do with. It wasn't anything to do with her. It wasn't anything to do with the relationship.
Oh, it wasn't her. It was you. It's not you.
Yeah,
It's
but look
me.
how you
Yeah,
hurt
but
the
you gotta
woman.
understand though.
You made that girl
Simple
cry.
Simon's an emotional retard.
You made her cry.
To be honest, when I use that term, I don't use it in that way.
What? Emotional retard?
Yeah.
Well, it's simple, isn't it? So,
But-
it's in his name as well, isn't it?
Sorry, continue what you're saying. You don't understand why people get such up in arms about what do you call it?
Infidelity.
Infidelity.
I don't understand why people get up in arms
Well,
about
you do
it.
understand though.
No, but I don't.
You do.
No, but I don't. Like, this is what I mean.
You do.
So, for example, if it's a thing where you're in a relationship and you two people are in a relationship, and whichever member it is starts to see somebody else, and they invest time and all the rest of it, and it turns into like a proper second relationship, I can understand that. I can get why somebody would be vexed at that, because you've effectively taken time away from your relationship and invested it in somebody else, I can see why somebody would be vexed about that. But if it's a thing where one person has just
stop talking, man.
No, let him land.
One person has sex with some.
The runway's
he's got to land into something.
Let him finish.
So let him crash and burn.
But if it's a scenario where someone has sex with somebody else and like there isn't no anything else, no emotional investment, there's none of that, and it's just like lustful discharge, then I don't understand why people get upset.
But that's other person's penis.
And go on.
OPP.
There is an emotional investment.
I was at work and I came across a young lady.
Did you cheat?
In what position did you come across her?
No. I was helping her. For those that don't know,
helping her cheat.
I work for London Underground, and we come across all kinds of shapes and sizes. So this lady, she needed some help, and I was there to help her out. And we just got into a conversation about life. This tends to happen from time to time. She's a young woman from what's the Saints?
Vincent Kitts,
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia. She's from St. Lucia. Spent some time.
I'm proud I knew too.
In France, and then she come to England, and she tends to don't like England because the people are not nice. But she went into talking about relationships, and she said that she doesn't understand why a lot of women will break up a home because their man has cheated. I was like, okay, tell me more. And she says, I've got 2 brothers and a dad. Both of them are dogs. My dad's a dog. But the one thing about dogs is that dogs are loyal. I thought, okay.
These dogs are loyal.
You know what I'm saying? So dogs will always come back home to their owners.
Interesting.
You know?
Nah, that don't always happen.
Wait,
so hold on. So she says there's a difference between being loyal and there's a difference between being faithful. That in her mindset, that the dog will always cheat. But if you treat the dog good, the dog will come home.
See, the thing is now,
back home mentality.
No, but the thing is,
home mentality.
But here's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, we in society and in our culture have put the idea that this multiple sexual partner thing is bad. We've done that. That's what we've done.
Yes,
in some capacity.
That's what we've done.
Yes.
Can I?
But I would go as far as to say, you guys know me anyway. I don't do this moral bad good kind of thing. Yeah, but I would go as far as to say, for the number of people that are made, built, born in life that have this susceptibility to this desire to sleep with somebody else when they're in a relationship with somebody else, we have to come to a point and accept that this is inherently normal behavior.
Of course, but what I'm saying in regards to that is, if you going back to your initial point about the being a monogamous society, yeah, right? That's all well and good, but if you don't want to be monogamous, don't get into a relationship. There is now so much options to sleep with people, and you don't have to be in a relationship. Why don't you just do that? I don't understand why you're getting yourself into a relationship. What is the point of a relationship?
Can I just?
But then, who says a relationship has to be?
Obviously not, Steph.
Sorry, go on, Steph. Sorry, go on.
Go on.
I was gonna say, who says a relationship has to be the monogamy that we've come to accept to be the norm? The norm. Who says that?
Society.
I don't understand what you're saying.
It's society that says
It's society that says that, right?
Yeah.
So
society says that when you're in a relationship, that you stick to the woman or the man that you're with.
But why get into a relationship?
There is one term that I heard in a barbershop. It's a Jamaican or Caribbean term, and it says one pussy kill cocky, something like that.
no,
yeah?
you love this thing so much.
Yes, yeah, because I wouldn't say that there's a lot of truth to it, but
What does it mean?
It basically means if a man sticks to one woman, it's gonna kill him. You understand?
Fatality.
So that term is basically saying that man is his inbuilt. He is built to release.
I'm gonna go.
And not only is he built to release, he's built to release on multiple.
No, I'm gonna go.
bases.
I'm gonna. Jeez.
Many rivers.
No, Mr. Wolf.
But once again, it's about cultures.
No, but
Simple.
Mr. Wolf, I'm gonna go as far as to say I don't think it's because I've heard this argument over and over again about man built this way and all the rest of it. I don't think it's man. I think it's humankind. Because
Blatantly.
you'll find that there are women that are the same way
You are
inclined.
similar.
Most
So
women
it's-
want to be like that in their raw nature.
I don't know about most.
I said in their raw nature. In
I
their
really
raw
think
nature, I
that
think
men and women
humans-
are different. You know, I really do think.
I'm
I
not-
hear what you're saying, Simple
Nah.
and Wahala, but I believe that we cannot put men and women in the same. We are different. You
In certain
understand?
capacities, yes, but I think with regards to sex, I think there's the social constructs of how sexual behavior between men and women has been forced down the throats of men and women is what is making people behave the same way.
What we have is patented behavior at the moment.
Yeah, but we've seen over the years that sexual behavior of women has changed and gotten far worse.
I don't think it's changed.
Is it worse or becoming what like men?
There's some dirty hoes out there.
Exactly.
Like
But
men.
again,
because they're not, because we're not the same.
Yeah, but they're not pushing the boundary in any way, shape, or form. Like every level of shaggery that you can think of that woman has done, man, them have been doing it in quantum.
And you're not calling those mans dirty hoes.
Exactly.
No.
But why? Why are you calling women dirty hoes for sleeping with multiple men, but are saying that it's all right for the men to do it?
One is standards, and like Stavros always says,
See, that's weak. That's
No,
a
but
weak.
it- but it
that's
is,
a
but-
weak
but-
argument. You're saying that it's standard. It's standard. So what? The reason why it's standard is because men decided that it's a standard, not because it's meant to be or it's all right. It's because men decided that it is a standard. Now you're calling women dirty hoes for doing the same thing that men do. If the woman's a hoe, the man is a hoe.
Ben.
Either the actual thing itself is hoism, like the actual task that they're doing is hoism, or it's not.
yeah, I'm not going against that. I'm just saying what society is deeming this to be.
You just went against it. I asked you, are the men hoes? You said no. So either the men are hoes
As
and the
what
women are hoes.
society would state.
He's being what they call that again? Devil's an advocate. So he's taking that.
Devil's an advocate, yeah.
The advocacy. He's
I'm
taking
just
up
being
the
an
advocacy.
advocate.
Yeah, he's being an advocate. So he's saying that the societal line will be that.
But that's what he should have said, though. He didn't say that at the beginning.
Yeah, because
did say
he's trying
society.
to rise your emotions. I told you. Because
We know what your reaction is going to be.
'Cause
Stavros,
you're
I know you
HurtBae,
got a
innit?
view on this.
I still want to talk about the plane business, because what if your missus cheated on you?
It's happened to me before.
No, I'm asking you. So you didn't feel no ways about it?
I didn't feel. You know what the problem was with me with the missus that cheated on me. It wasn't the fact that she cheated on me. It's that the fact that I asked her on more than one occasion, blatantly over time, like, have you ever slept with anybody else? Because I knew that she had, but she needed to tell me, innit?
Did you feel a ways about your partner cheating on you?
No.
Okay, let's move on. Let's actually just go to another subject.
Obviously, I don't believe you.
I know. I don't want to call by the liar. Nobody can tell me that they feel for somebody, yeah. Because I wasn't actually talking about your ex, anyways. So you went straight there. Nobody can tell me that they feel for somebody, and if they do something along those lines, where we have, even if it's just a social construct, so we have this unwritten contract that we're going to be faithful to each other, and one party does go out and do something with somebody else, that they don't feel nothing, that I just don't believe them. I don't think anyone is that cold that they have no feelings.
Unless you got an open relationship and that's how it's meant to go down. But I don't think.
Yeah.
But my point was that they've already decided, without saying it, that it's not going to go that way.
I wonder if the guy in HurtBae, if she had done the same thing to him.
He would be finished.
Do you think so?
He would be finished.
He'll be vexed.
He would be finished.
You don't know that.
Nah, I'm telling you now, bruv. Whenever
You look cold as ice.
Exactly, until because he probably thought he was in command and in control, and that was the way things was going. And then as soon as he heard that she did the same thing to him, finished.
You see, you know what? That video would have been good if towards the end she said, "I did it too."
If she said, "I slept with your brother," or something.
I hit it.
And I don't remember how many it was either.
All right.
Damn.
Last subject. Let's see. I'm going through. I'm gonna let you guys jump on whatever you might feel.
No, I want to say something real quick.
Yes.
I don't know what's wrong with you, man. I don't know how you, man, didn't tell me this, yeah? You know Eric Air, yeah? The Nigerian airline. Fully suspended now, you know?
Yeah, it's my missus told me that they're closing a few days ago.
Yeah, but why couldn't someone tell me? Like, so
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Somewhere.
My family members have bought tickets. I sent my dad out there, innit?
he don't want to come back anyway. I'm sure. So what's the problem?
Yeah, but man sent his dad out there on Eric Care, yeah, paid for the ticket for return and everything. He flew out and that, and now the suspension has happened while he's out there, and God knows what's going to happen when he comes back. When I tell you people that this Eric Air is fully suspended, you go on the website, you put in any date you like, it tells you that there are no flights on that date. Go to Heathrow saying, yeah, you know what, go and speak to Eric Air because we cancelled all the flights. And it's just basically because of
pay and stuff, isn't it? It's a strike, basically.
well, no, it looks like a bit of a coup d'etat because the government seems to want to take over the airline and then turn it into a national carrier. And like Eric was supposed to get us another round of funding to allow them to, because they ain't paid their staff in 11 months. 11 months, bruv. They haven't paid the staff. I don't know where the money's going because they've been collecting cash. Where's the money going?
Which country owns Eric?
It's a Nigerian Airlines. It's a private one, though, isn't it?
I love my people, man.
You say that, but it's messing up trips to Johannesburg. It's messing up trips to New York. Like it's properly, like it's a shambles out here, bro. I'm not even joking.
You know when you have like family and you have people that you're a bit ashamed of or you're not proud of what they did, but you still love your family.
Yeah, I hear you. But like people,
I love my people.
but people have been
I
saying,
will always love my people.
people have been saying to me, "Oh, how could you fly Eric anyway? Like they knew they were dodgy or whatever." But I'm saying like this thing
Eric
always
was not dodgy before.
exactly all this, and this thing we're talking about in like like supporting the black community and all of that. This is when these things are important. Do you get me?
True.
Like this is when these things are important. So when I'm seeing like brothers and sisters from Nigeria, I would never book with them. Why did you book with them and all them kind of things? You're bound to have problems. If we don't use our services and force them to get better, then they won't get better. We'll just have a number of them popping up every now and then disappearing. Anyway, I just needed to get that off my chest. Bear ranting this week, man.
All right, let's go through what Stav had.
All right. So remember, I'm just gonna toss a couple of things out there.
Eric.
All right. Wahala asks, is attention seeking bad?
I said always bad.
Is attention seeking always bad? And when does someone qualify to be an attention seeker? Don't answer the question yet. We got stuff about Arsenal TV, but as an Arsenal fan, I'm not sure I want to talk about that. We got. I was going to mention Valentine's, like what we did for Valentine's, what we think about Valentine's quickly. And then we got this thing about the rehashing of old programs because there's always a spout of them, but at the moment there's a bunch of them coming up.
I think we should.
Don't worry about the time.
I think you should do that one because Mr. Wolf really wanted to do that one.
Yeah?
I just wanted to know why would they? Sorry.
I want to ask the people then before we do. I actually
Dallas.
sound like that?
They actually brought back Dallas.
Is this a good impression of Mr. Wolf? Please, answers on a
Is this a good
answers on
impression
a
of
postcard.
Mr. Wolf?
Answers on a postcard.
All right, so what's the question, boys?
Well, Mr. Wolf, here we've got the remake of Roots that has just come back recently, and a lot of people not too pleased about that being remade for a number of reasons. But the question itself is about the remake of old programs. You've got the remake of MacGyver. Believe it or
I
not,
did see
there's
that
a
the
new
other day.
MacGyver coming out.
I don't believe that.
Take into account, like anyone, my nephew won't know MacGyver.
That's what I'm
Big
saying.
adult with his own children.
Exactly.
Come
Won't know.
That
He's
was,
not going to know original
that was
MacGyver.
part of my argument with Roots, but we'll move on. Then you've got Dallas's Knight Rider.
They did a new Knight Rider.
Yeah. And then the kit was like a transformer.
Oh
You
my
understand?
god!
So
They spoiled it.
They spoiled it, man.
It's disgusting.
I thought that it transformed nice, but
Yeah, but
no,
the
man.
thing
There's
is,
only one Michael Knight.
If you did Knight Rider now,
They're
the
doing
same
Baywatch,
way,
by the way, as well.
yeah, they're doing the Baywatch movie. If you did Knight Rider now, the same as it was before, so you have a car that talks and a self-driving car, that is not like
That's a
science fiction. That's science facts now.
They've got self-driving cars.
So my point
now.
is, what's so big?
exactly.
What's the
He used
big
to
deal?
fly and jump stuff, though, didn't it?
It had the
No,
turbo
it
boost.
had turbo boost.
It was like going
And it
over a
had a
speed ramp
laser.
fast. That's all it did.
Do you remember when you used to do the red thing? Used to go across and it would blow something up. It used to do that. It would blow something
I
up.
think you're confusing it.
No,
with,
I like the fact
with,
that the car
what's
couldn't
the
go
street
above
walk or
90
something.
No.
But I'll tell you something about the remake of MacGyver. MacGyver never used any kind of technology back then.
But that's
did
the
he?
thing.
So
MacGyver
now-
was a
now-
bad man.
But
Hold on, which
technology
MacGyver are you
is
talking
so-
There's only
Not,
one MacGyver.
not
bro.
Guyver.
Oh, okay.
There's only one MacGyver.
No, he's thinking of Guyver, the dark hero.
No. Go on, Mr. Wolf.
Well, that technology
Hold on,
is so
simple.
far.
Do you know
forward now,
MacGyver?
innit?
Yeah, I know MacGyver. Yeah.
Oh, what? If you had said no, that's not.
Go on.
No. I was just thinking that how has the how's technology? How's technology?
Technola.
Tech. How do you think that's going to have an impact on a new show?
I don't know, but if man is not making bombs out of paperclips, I'm just vexed. Because MacGyver used to call my dad MacGyver because he could make anything out of a paperclip. I don't know why. But MacGyver himself used to just do anything. Exactly. There'll be one day MacGyver will have toilet tissue, a string, some jollof rice, and suddenly you make a gun.
Yeah,
How did he manage to do that?
I think that the important thing here is this roots issue that you brought up first, and how some people have an issue with roots. Before we get into that, because I'm going to let you lead the point on that, Stavros is just upset that White Men Can't Jump, one of his favorite films, is being remade. I actually gave
As
this
a film or a show?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. They're
As a
redoing the
film.
film. Also, Untouchables is being remade. The film is being remade with Kevin Hart.
Intouchable. Not untouchable.
Oh, in which case I don't care.
What's Intouchable?
I don't know.
What's that?
Really?
I don't know Intouchables. Because I thought, why is Kevin Hart in Untouchables?
Untouchables, yeah.
It's not Untouchables, the gangster movie. Forget
Then I don't
that.
care.
Then you don't understand films.
Bringing a knife to
Get
a
out.
gunfight. Go on. So what is he going to talk about then? What's Intouchables?
Intouchables is it was a foreign film, and
It's even foreign?
Yes.
That's the end of that then, isn't it?
Really?
Yes, they remake foreign films
Culture.
so that Americans and British will watch it as well.
No.
They'll make money off it.
Look, you need to watch the films before you. discuss
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
situation.
I do watch foreign
Watch it,
films.
watch it.
Unfortunately, I don't know this one. So
Watch it.
so White Men Can't Jump.
It actually hurt my heart.
Okay.
No one cares about your heart. You're Jermaine. Keep going.
So I don't know. Are you saying something? Go on.
Don't you?
Has he actually got a song?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jermaine's got plenty
Of course.
songs.
White Men Can't Jump. I gave this to my nephew, the DVD boy's birthday a few years ago, because I believe, if you haven't seen it, watch it and study the film.
Shit
That film.
What? Are you mad?
What did he say?
He said it was shit.
That film has multiple life lessons in it. I call these things life lessons. These are things that you can watch, learn, and
What's the guy's name again? Joey. Is it Joey?
I can't remember, but I haven't seen it in a while. I might even go home and watch it tonight.
It's got Rosie Perez in it, man.
Yes.
That's it.
And you see,
That is it.
You see her breasts as well. But so the film has life lessons, and you see breasts. So I mean, what else do you
It
need?
is the story of a Latino, a black, and a white.
Yeah.
It's actually a joke. A Latino and a black and a white walking through a basketball court. That's how it goes.
And it's a dark skinned black.
I'm
as
not
well.
spoiling the film. I hate spoilers. So I don't
Surely
give them out.
people have
Jimmy.
watched it.
But yeah, but it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
one
Anyway, go ahead.
Jimmy Hoyt.
Jimmy Hoyt,
Or
that's it.
something like that. But the last line in the film is, "If I don't help my people, who will?" That is the biggest lesson, and it was saved right to the end, and I love it.
Who directed White Man Can't Jump?
Singleton.
Is it Singleton film?
Yeah.
You sure?
That's his best film. That's better than Boys in the Hood.
Are
You think so?
mad? Nah, mate.
What? I don't think you understand how good White Man Can't Jump is.
Let's do a quick vote, man. White men
White
can't
Men
jump,
Can't Jump versus
or
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. Simple Simon.
It was
Just
a
name
segue,
one.
was it? It was a
Goddamn 47.
I knew it was Ron Shelton.
I knew it was a
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man.
Wrong shot.
He said it with such confident swagger as well. So, Mr. Wolf, talk about this Roots business, because Stavros hasn't even seen the original one before.
I'm not even.
What?
Gonna,
Of course you've seen the original Roots.
You haven't seen.
You have
who
seen the
hasn't
original.
I said I haven't
Roots?
seen it.
You have seen the original Roots.
You have-
I've seen the original.
you have not
Roots.
seen
And
the
we-
original
And we live in the
Roots?
same house.
Stop shouting, because you're messing up the mic. I haven't seen the original
You
Roots. I haven't seen it.
Or
You
you
have.
can't remember.
James Earl
it.
Jones is in it.
I haven't seen it.
He's seen it.
Okay.
He's seen
Mr.
it.
Wolf is here. For those that don't know, Roots is a slavery story.
Alex
That
Haley's slavery
was
story. Is
Mr. Alex Haley, rest in peace, is a guy that wanted to know where he came from. He's an American guy, so he traced his roots all the way to the Gambia, and he wrote a book, which consequently turned into a TV program that a lot of black families sat around their household and watched.
Includes Steph.
I believe it's in the region of 22 years old, 23 years old, maybe even more. In fact, it was 1974, 1975
That's
it came
not
out.
20 years.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I know, but it's now just come to me.
This
It's
is
a lot
you know
older.
When, you know when someone gives away their
That's
age.
33 years. Boy.
Right, so it's 33 years old, man.
It's even more than 30.
Jesus!
Hold on, you said 1973, yeah?
No, he said 74.
How much, what is it? 74, 73?
That's 40.
Public enemy? Anymore?
That's 40 what?
I'll find out. Just keep talking.
Anyway,
Just keep
anyway,
talking.
that's not important. It's very old, and they've recently done a remake. Now, there's been a lot of issue on social media and various other places that they've done another slavery film. A lot of people want to see more positive films or more positive things on a small screen, on a big screen, and are tired of your 12 Years a Slave, your
The Django Unchained.
the Django Unchained, the Birth of a Nation type slavery films. That they want to see something that is that shows us more in a positive light. Now, Mr. Go ahead, Simple Simon.
1977, by the way.
I'm gonna
39.
I'm gonna go as far as to say that I don't know if people are actually tired of the slave rhetoric. I think people are tired of the white splaining of the slave rhetoric.
The white what?
The white splaining of the slave rhetoric. So
This is a story from Alex Haley.
yeah, but what I'm saying to you is that
The white explanation.
the
The black explanation.
Yeah, but in most cases,
Of a
like
white
the,
story.
you get the white and when I say the white explanation, what I mean is even if they're telling the gritty story, you'll always find, in order for these movies to make it into Hollywood, there's always at least one white person in there that was really good or helped with
Can I touch on that?
abolition or help them survive
I
or
hear
some
you.
shit.
Can I touch on that? Hold on, let me just touch on that point. Just to reiterate what Simple was saying. That's the correct word, isn't it?
Reiterate.
Okay, I didn't get to read. But anyway, right. Hidden Figures. There's a scene in Hidden Figures.
So
Let me finish talking.
Hidden Figures or Hidden Fences?
Hidden Figures. There's a scene in Hidden Figures that happens in the film. I won't tell you what the scene is, but there's a scene in Hidden Figures where a white person helps black people in the film, right? And the original person,
that doesn't happen in real life, by the way.
the original person, wait, it didn't. That's the thing. The original person that, because the people that actually happened, the Hidden Figures things happened,
Oh, okay.
the women actually said, no, that never happened. And then the director said that he actually had to put that in the film to make it seem that white people,
To appease the
white
whites.
people. Yeah, he basically said I did it to make white people look in a good light, because if I didn't, you wouldn't see any good light of the white people. And I was like, rah. He actually opened his mouth and said that.
I'm not saying that these things don't happen, but my argument with reference to Roots, which I have started to watch again, I was planning to watch it last year because it came out last year, but it's just being shown on terrestrial TV now. I think that there is a generation that need to be educated with reference to this. I think that there is a generation that is so far away from these kind of stories. If we start to stop these stories from coming out, now I'm the first person to say that I want to see maybe Shaka Zulu or King Hannibal being shown on the big or the small screen, but I do believe that there is a place for this, and I will point out the fact that Kunta Kinte has been played by a South Londoner who is a pretty good actor. His name is Malachi. And I think that there is a generation that can look at him and say, Malachi, the South London boy, the London boy that was on this, that's on that. Let me see what he's doing. Let me go and have a look at this Roots thing. You understand? So from my perspective, I can understand the need and the want for different type of films on the small screen or on the big screen, but I still believe that there's a place for the likes of Roots.
Do you know my thing about Roots and what annoys me about Roots, me personally? What people take away from Roots is what they shouldn't take away from Roots.
Which is?
Black people were slaves, the beatings, white people, blah, blah, blah.
And
blah,
what
blah.
should they take?
For me personally, I think they should take the fact that Kunta Kinte was so adamant about not losing his name. I think that's the most important bit of that whole of that.
There's so many
of
different
Roots.
stories in the series.
No, but I think that thing is the most important narrative. The reason why is because that shows you the importance of, because the importance of a name is a big thing in African culture, because it allows you to understand
Taking
your heritage.
away identity.
Yeah, and it shows you your way back to your heritage, who you in certain cultures, it will show you what your God's supposed to be, certain things. And he was so adamant about keeping that name, and the way that we discard our names these days and not even acknowledge the fact that our names are slave names and blah blah blah, it's not something we even think about. I think that is probably the strongest narrative in Roots that these people nowadays need to be looking at.
Let me ask a question quickly, Mr. Wolf. From the original Roots to this new remake, how different is it in its telling of the story?
I've only seen one episode from the 4 or 5 that is available. They're like an hour and 30, an hour and 40 minutes long. What I did see is that the story is the same.
But they got mobile phones.
But I think
Tunde, they are taking us away.
For me,
Tweet auntie.
I think that the way how the directing, the way the words out, we're struggling with words today. But I think that the way that it was directed this time around was better, and I'll tell you that. He had Kun Kente had visions of his parents when he was on the ship, when he was in America, and those kind of things kind of connected to me a little bit more.
There's additional scenes.
So special effects, basically.
Special effects, yeah. Directing.
Flashbacks? Were there flashbacks before?
Flashbacks and no flashbacks
Because I
before.
haven't seen them.
No flashbacks before.
So, all right.
Camera trick.
So just because we're going to wrap up now, I just want to know from you guys,
finished.
do you... Well, then talking it.
No, it's cool. Wrap it up then, isn't it?
No, do you guys think it should have been done?
about his opinion.
Go on,
No,
say your opinion. Say your opinion.
Jermaine, no, it's alright.
He colours his hair with hair polish.
Oh my god! Did you say hair polish?
Have you not seen Jermaine when he uses the hair tube polish for his hair?
Polish. For real.
Have you not seen it?
Who are we talking about?
Jermaine Jackson.
Oh, see.
Look, you
Oh,
should
what?
know
Are they
better
calling
than
him? Are they calling you Jermaine Jackson?
I'm calling you Nokia and I'm calling him Jermaine.
Damn.
I'm still the
He's
richest.
been calling it that the whole episode. This is how I know you don't listen.
Man, don't even listen when the episode's in flow.
Yeah.
And he thinks that he thinks he's the one that coordinates shit. Look at him.
I'll be coordinating, bro.
Under the dark.
I'll be listening to what's relevant.
Webs, man.
I'm
Speak
not.
on it,
I'm
speak
not
on
a fan of remakes. Personally, I think if you want to give the new generation an understanding of what's happened, show them the classics.
Has there any been any remix that's better than the originals?
No, I don't think there's ever.
I
been
think
a
there probably is. I just can't remember.
a remake that's better than the original. We'll think about that for the next podcast, or unless anybody's got
Well,
one now.
I know of a song.
And the sequels. There's been some
Talk about
sequels
films,
that
my
have been
friend.
done.
Well, there's a song I know.
Okay.
I know a song as well that I think is
We all know songs. Don't
now, Angel by Layla Hathaway. I think that she done it better than
Robbie Williams.
You're clown. I prefer her version than. Is it it's not Aretha Franklin, is it? Who is it?
I don't know.
Gladys Knight. Yeah,
And
I
the Pips.
prefer her version.
Just know you man
to
are the
Gladys
Pips.
Knight.
Stavros is saying that Hurt by what's his name now? Johnny not
Cash.
Johnny Cash is better than Hurt by 9 Inch
Johnny
Nails. So what I was gonna say was I was gonna round up and say, do you guys believe that the rehash of Roots should be done or not? Before Webbs started crying, and then he actually answered. So Wahala and Simple and Stav will answer, and then we'll say our goodbyes and go.
Wahala doesn't mind.
The Roots one, yeah, keep retelling it, man. As long as it gets retold by the right people, keep retelling the story. There's one thing I noticed about Hollywood, and one thing I noticed about certain other cultures, they use cinema to retell the stories over and over again and keep winding the new generations in. All those Percy Jackson
Ingalls?
stories and all them stories there,
Sledges.
like they've been done and redone, and Peregrine's Miss Peregrine's Island, all those like are children's stories that they retell and it keeps it relevant.
Nobody
for the
really
next
cares
generation.
about the whites.
We need to talk about these children's stories next time, because
They're deep,
they're
bro.
all witchcraft.
No, properly.
Okay, so tune in next week for Witchcraft. Stavros is saying, yeah, it's 39 years old. By all means, redo it. A new generation of people will see it, as long as you balance that out with other kind of messages and portrayment of black people.
I think that Simple Simon makes a fantastic point that if you are bringing something back,
Yes.
it has to be retold by the right people.
You see, no
Our history needs to be told by us.
Yeah, but our history also needs to be told properly, you don't just talk about one aspect,
Yeah, of course.
especially when it comes to slavery.
You know, like they only talked about Michael and never spoke about you as Jermaine.
Do you understand that? It's wrong.
Yeah.
We got
I
beat
don't.
just as much as
I
Michael.
don't want. I don't want. They won't have a film of King Henry, written and directed by John Singleton or one of them.
That would be
brothers.
gangster though.
And
Denzel Washington.
Yes, they would.
Denzel Washington.
I disagree. I disagree.
They probably would at some point.
Never,
It'll go straight to DVD.
They've tried so much. I mean, in saying that,
never would that
the
happen.
Jacksons were on the path of making a film about black history, the kings and queens, and they shut it down.
And I will say that Michael Jackson, the last point I'll make, he was deep with Remember the Time. Because he is the only one that has portrayed black history prior to the slave trade with black actors. So large up to Michael Jackson.
The only one.
Yeah, not the only one, but
Is there any
Most
other
prolific.
portrayal
Do
of
you
black
remember,
history
girl?
prior to the slave trade that has been shown on the big or the small screen? Anything?
On the block.
Well, that's got black actors.
Yeah.
in it.
They had the film of Gods of Egypt.
But they had one black actor. One black.
That's what I'm saying.
And he was the thief.
Any black
Noah,
Panther in
all of them
Yuki
ones.
Dance?
Pure
Any
white
black,
folks.
Any black Panther in any black Panther though? The one that was in the Gods of the Egyptians or whatever.
Yeah, Black Panther. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the X-Men. They had the Egypt. Don't worry about the white men that was in it, but you know they had the ancient Egypt. Anyways, yep, we're gonna say our goodbyes. Let's go around the table. Who else? Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I want to say goodbye to you all, and I would like to do an advert.
Go ahead.
So my missus, she owns a I can't remember a salon, a salon where she basically does natural hair and dreadlocks, focusing mostly on dreadlocks. It is called One Stop Dreadlock Shop, and I'm just saying anybody out there that may be in the London region that may want to get dreadlocks, visit there. And she's also got some chairs up for rent for anybody that's interested in renting a chair, as long as you're prepared to do natural hair. She's there.
What did you
I
say the
want
name of the
dreadlocks.
shop was?
It is One Stop Dreadlock Shop.
And
Do
how
we have a
are they gonna
website?
find out?
Yeah, at onestopdreadlockshop.com. And you can find that on onestopdreadlockshop.com, or you can go to www.facebook.com/onestopdreadlock.
So when you say what, so that's ONE stop dreadlock.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Can Mr. Wolf have dreadlocks?
If you can grow some pepper grains, we may be able to do lock extensions, which is something she actually does.
That's good.
Not for you, but she can do it.
Okay.
Nice. This is Mr. Wolf here. I've actually decided this time to have a look on my social media, and so I can get it right. You know what I mean? So it is on Twitter. It's Yemi Online. And then I'm going to quickly go over to Instagram.
This is the uncle.
I'm a proper uncle, man.
Let me tell you, uncle. Uncles are people that have to put their phone at least 5 yards away from their face to be able to see it
And
properly.
my Instagram is Yemi's Insta, which is, maybe I might change that, but Yemi's Insta. and you can catch me on Facebook as well. Just connect to the ESN page. And it was fantastic today. Large up yourself.
Mr. Wolf, can I just ask you? Do you
no,
take
you may not.
Do you
ask me.
take pictures with your iPad?
Oh, yeah. That's official. That is official.
Do I take? Do I what?
Do you
Do you
take pictures
with your iPad?
in front as well of everybody else?
I don't have an iPad.
Okay, whatever tablet you have, do you take pictures?
Do you go to the front of whatever, like it's a wedding, and you go right to the front, hold up the tablet, and take pictures with it?
My mum does that. I've seen
That is official uncle artist.
that is proper.
That's even
status
beyond uncle,
boy.
but that's old. That's AF classic.
I have
man.
classic.
Class.
That and coming in late and still going to the front.
With a tablet taking pictures. Classic.
And they have a good quality phone with them as well. No, but they will still use the tablet.
That's classic. Boy.
It is better.
All right, who's next? Who's next?
I stole it from you. Simple Simon. Gonna sign out. Simple Simon FB on Twitter. So that's at Simple Simon FB on Twitter. I'm trying to be on there as much as possible these days. I have random outbursts and stuff, so don't watch nothing. Be good to yourself and to your loved ones, and hopefully we see you next week, or we hear you next week, or you're here next week. Something like that next week.
There's a voice keeps on calling me. Down the road is where I'll always be. Every stop I make,
No
I
one
make
wants
a new
you.
friend.
No one wants.
Can't stay for long, just
No
turn
record
around, I'm
contracts.
going again. Maybe tomorrow I
You
might
won't
just
be a
settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on.
Jermaine. Oh God. Say goodbye, Jermaine.
Can't stand you, black.
Say goodbye, Jermaine.
Sit, boo boo, sit.
Good dog.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm laughing like this.
From sunrise, it's the actor. From sunset, it's DJ Webslinger. If you don't know it by now, I don't really care. It's been a pleasure. No one's been up this early doing a podcast before, and we might do it again. If we don't miss us, but we'll be back.
I don't understand the word that you just
Neither do I, because it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
said. Steph Ricky?
I'm Stavros Boss. Catch me at Stavros Boss everywhere. Next time, I'll try not to upset anybody. That's a private joke. All right. Catch ESN Podcast at ESN Podcast everywhere except Facebook, which is at ESN Podcasts with an S. Also, you can email us at esnpodcast@gmail.com and send in your questions so we can discuss what you want to talk about, what you feel is important, and what you want to hear us guys give our own special spiel on. So, yes, that was a very special sound. Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you'll hear us next week.
and if you've got any Witherspoon tours going up, Web Slingers on there.
Witherspoon tours.
That's why they put the relics in it.
Any backstreet pub. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't saying nothing, say it.
Slag for life.